Good morning, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I. How are you all doing today? Everything seems good out there in the real world. I'm going to take a break today, I think. I am so burned out from scanning stuff, I cannot tell you. So I'm going to draw something. That's what's going to happen today. And no one can stop me from drawing something today. I have a pose I'm working on. Which I will put up on the main screen. Good morning, Brent. But first I will show it to the audience. You all can figure this out here. There you go. Once I figure out what I'm doing here. So here's what we're going to do today. Love this pose. Look at the wind up on her. Look at the body movement on this. This is going to be so much fun to draw. So we're going to draw today because I'm over it. I'm over it. Are you over it? I'm over it. I'm over scanning. I'll be over scanning for, at least an hour or two, but then I'm going to get back to scanning for the rest of the day because we still have 3 more boxes that I can see that need to be gone through. I've rescued one though. One container has been rescued last night. We killed off one. And we got another one that's sitting over there I'm not 100% sure about, but I think I'll kill that one off too pretty soon. So that should be good. But for right now, we're going to do this one. So we've spun up good old, bad old, whatever here. And I'm going to put this guy right here. So I can see, at least read the thing. So, good morning, Brent. We're looking at the body now, and let's go on ahead and on this layer, let's get into blue. We've got to draw this thing out, right? I'm going to take my felt pen. I love this felt pen. It's such a useless sort of thing, but I know I've got her face here, and it is definitely turned like so. I'll start here with this. The way that this body is shaped, though, it's so wild, right? Because, let's go on ahead and just try to describe this back and chest area, right? I'm going to move it like so. Right? And it's just looking at how this works, right? It's so wild. That's why I love things like this. Okay, so looking at the back here, that's where one arm went, right? It's going to go all the way over here, like that. The best part about drawing from on this is on a digital tablet is that I can shrink this once I'm happy with what I'm doing, right? So looking at where her hips are, wow, look at these hips. They're like completely pivoted away, right? So we've got essentially this body curve going sort of this way, and I'm not even close to it. I'm not even on the target, because it needs to be crunched more. Like, she's pivoting more. Those hips are almost in line with the ground. All right, something like that. More like that. Okay. Right? Just taking a look. This is the best thing about this. We're just perfecting this. She's got this wonderful curve going behind her back here and through to her neck. And the neck comes out like so. And the head actually is down further. Just like so. Right? Just miss just getting in here in the old pen and paper here. There's a knee, and this leg is here. I'm going to make it get bigger to the foot, right? And the foot's going to be like right here. That cleat. Doing what Ken was trying to do earlier, which is really push this picture's graphic, right? And, I'm going to really just kind of make it feel like she's got motion going on, right? She's kicked up the dirt. Kick it up right there, We're going to kick it. Yeah. And put her here. Right. Well, this leg then is here. And even that one's bent dramatically. Man, human bodies are so cool. It doesn't need to be that big though. It needs to be like this. Everything is here. That's where her mitt is. Right? All right. One of the things I do like about this, though, is this particular picture. So I like the tilt of her head, because she's aiming it back, but it's give it a lot more action and drama. I mean, the first picture that we've got of this is pretty dramatic and action-packed to begin with, so it's not like this is a new thing, really. Got a lot going on in this leg that I'm having problems with, so I'm just going ahead and pull that out. I followed her hip. Everything here is following the lines like it should be. My biggest problem is that this is one unit right through here. So right there. Up on the hip bone, you can see the hip bone is going to be right through here. Right, and then we've got our joint to the socket of that leg bone going through there, which makes this foot even further out. But adding to the dynamics of this, making it bigger and bigger and bigger, helps a lot because I'm pushing the dynamics of this picture quite a bit. Hey, none of that. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to make that bigger while we're at it. Because it's out near us, right? I'm really pushing the angle quotient quite a bit on this because I'm trying to get closer to her, right? So looking at this, that closer leg, the leg that's closer to us, needs to be pushed a little further, and I think it needs to be twisted. So I'm actually going to twist this in because I think she's going to want to have her foot twisted down more like this. Right, because then we've got kind of this thing going for us here. Kind of going that way like so. There we go. More like that, right? Kind of looking at that, kind of going better because it needs to be tilted down because of the way that she's actually moving on this one. I'm going to put the base in. And tilting this downward, moving more like so. Give it a little more action. Put it in motion, right? So we're putting this entire foot in motion now. And consequently, this is not a softball, it's a baseball, so you make sure the size of it is the right size for that. Now we're talking, right? Now we're starting to really make this work. There's some serious dynamics going on here. The body is in motion. Things are happening. Now we're doing good. Right, kind of like this stripe that's going on her shorts. There's stress lines through there. Still kind of wanting to straighten this out. I feel like this should be like really more like that. Right? And we'll do that there. Give it some real motion. Give it some things moving along here. And she's adorable to begin with. A hell of a wind-up. Nope. There we go. Clearing out these lines a little bit more. Giving her a little bit more action. Right. Give her the socks. She's going to need these socks, including a little bracy thing she's got there. There we go. Moving right along on that one. A lot of action going on here. Still feel like that leg might need to come up a little bit more. We're already pushing this picture quite a bit farther than the actual picture goes, which is fine. That's fine. I'm just sitting here drawing baseball. I don't know why. Because this looked like a cool picture to draw, I guess. And I am sort of done scanning at the moment for just a second or two. It's got to be done, but I can stand to do this for just a second or just a little bit longer. And now we are much closer to the ground than we were before. I usually put the scoreboard directly behind them. Behind the pitcher, I mean. There's the scoreboard really right over here because this is directly behind. And remember how this works here. This is directly behind them right here. There we go. I really do. It's just getting kind of ugh. I'm enjoying it in the looking through things that are going through my mom's life and things like that. That's cool, but yeah, it is brutal. All right. Now that we've done sort of the rough draft, let's go back in here and kind of talk about just getting this shape in. Has been a while since I've drawn. My wrist is starting to hurt a little bit. Just because that's not something I've been doing recently. Haven't been drawing in a while. Priorities, And this is right up on her leg because it's pulled out like so, where it's important to know where things fold and how things fold and stuff like that. Now I'm feeling a little bit like she's not quite tall enough. So there we go. That's the way we want it to be. really planted that foot, but also don't feel like the foot is going the right direction. So we'll have to change that in a second. But first, a sip of coffee. And then back, because there's priorities, man. Priorities. I actually do think her foot's going to have to be planted like so. It's getting messy enough that I can't tell where everything is anymore down here. So I'm going ahead and she has to pivot on this foot, so we have to make sure that she can move freely on this. See that foot, her planted foot looks just so bland. Let's go ahead and just start talking about this though. And that is the base that she's on. Okay. There we go. Hey, the flip didn't actually make it look weird. It made the background look weird, but didn't make her look weird. That's a first for me. I'm just saying. Wind her up even more. There we go. I think I'm denying the obvious truth here, and that is this leg is pretty much in line with our eyes right here. That makes this her glute right here. That means that we are more underneath her than we think we are as far as the shot goes. is stop looking at the photograph at this point because the photograph isn't helping. It's making me try to redraw this backwards, but really the truth is we are way, way, way under her, like that. Which actually puts the hips farther back than because we're going to underneath her enough that we need to be able to show that hip coming around like so. There we go. That is much better. There we go. She's a lefty. Because of this, I think I can move this one up just a smidge. Push it to here. Right? There about. All right. Don't draw with the selection tool. No matter what, it won't work. I don't know. I'm kind of digging this. This is kind of looking cool, man. Just saying. Looking pretty cool. Yeah, no. Still kind of not liking that foot planted there. But I'm okay with most of this. I think that's pretty close to where we want to be. And really, it's just because her shoe should be more like a shoe. Gesundheit. A what? A shoe. A shoe, a shoe, a shoe. Gesundheit. There we go. Right? I think that's where we are. Roll those hips. I'm gonna roll the hips backwards though. I don't need to make that pronounced of a glute, but I do need to roll those hips backwards a little bit. Man, that's starting to kick butt. I mean, because of the angle change though, I need to move this down, but other than that, right to there. But I'm digging this. Sometimes I just need to draw. You know what I mean? I just need to draw. Just need to get a drawing in and do some draw. I can't live without drawing sometimes. It's just like us saying, all right, let's go talk about some of these things. First, let's put in the straight line horizon line behind me because, hey, somebody here needs to be putting in straight lines. And it needs to not be me because for reasons that are still beyond me, I am somewhat always crooked. Then we'll do the stadium. So bring it down. So any scoreboards or whatever are going to be lined up to these lines, which is good. Let's do our perspective stuff. Get that going there. Sort of things. Ballpark behind her to kind of give some feel of motion, movement going on behind her. Then we're going to take this, we're going to go on top of this. I'm going to drop that down just a little bit so we can get some color in here. Switch over to my G pen. My G pen should be set for 25, which should give me a line that's kind of like that. So that's pretty good. And then we'll go up onto here. And we'll delete that because you're supposed to use vector like Jackson wants us to, and stop using the other one because they're right and stupid and whatever. And I hate life. Anyway, going in here, I think actually I'm going to use a 12, right? Looks a little bit better. Maybe even a 5. Too little. 10. Better. I like 10. All right. Best part about these pre-drawings is we can get in really freaking close here, right? Really work this in here. The muscles on our fingers are on the underside, so it is very important that the top of the fingers, top of the fingers are rigid and at least straight to some degree. And the bottom of the fingers then are fleshy. But since she's holding the ball, the pad of her fingers are going to be around the edges, like so. Ooh, that's ugly. That's even uglier. But at least I can come back and fix that. Now, as we know from drawing TB 1 bazillion million times, the stitching on the ball needs to go like so. Because it goes around the corner. Like that. Perfect. Or maybe not perfect, but that's all right. As an athlete, all of these parts of her body are going to be extremely well defined. Right, cool deflection there from the top of the wrist. And we'll come back through here to her body. I'm gonna make sure we've got that straight. Looks mostly good, which is why we're still doing this way, because she's not wrong. They're not wrong. Simplify the vector line. Simplify this line right here. And then I can take control of it. I can push it up and back like so. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. And buy some peanuts and okay, see, I can't quite do it. That's why I am not, in fact, my advisor. And her shirt comes up underneath like so. Goes up or around like that. And then we get this. Which comes around. And remember that she's got a belt, but she's actually not wearing a belt up here, but I think she would wear a belt in real life. Maybe she's just not. That's fine. Up and around. That's not the way knees work. Just saying. Me. Nope. Oh. Corner here. How does that look so far? Not bad. Going along nicely. No. Where'd you go? Where are you going there? There we go. That's more like it. Bring it around. Zop. Zop. What? Oh. No. How do you get to that? Oh. Meh. All right. This would be a fun piece to watercolor, wouldn't it? Something wonderful about the old just playing baseball sort of thing. I mean, like, sports will always be nostalgic for me, no matter what, because it's what meta. I don't know what meta means, but okay. Even reverse is just head 'em. Do it as one. Maybe take some time off tonight and do it as a watercolor work. Yeah, maybe so. I am definitely suffering from a little bit of fatigue on the house cleaning part of things. I'm having a hard time getting this angle though, aren't I? Oof. That's the angle. Nope. Let's give her some determination. There we go. Sticks your tongue out. I'm not going to think this one out. Legit, that's pretty kick-ass. Just going to say that now. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Not bad at all. All right, back into the fray. Okay. We'll see you in a sec. It is not a Wednesday, but it could be a watercolor night. There we go. That line needs to be fixed with the... There we go. Mm-mm. Better. No, stop doing that, pin. You just like to double that up, don't you? Everything else is turning out really nice, and I'm hating that left foot. We'll flip it. Yeah, that left foot. Everything else is just lining up real nice and pretty. Our eyes are a little too close together. So we're going to go in here. The best part about this is we can just, even when inking, take that and go like that. And there we go. It makes her head look a little small. So we're going to come back here. We're going to do that. I feel like this should be more slow. Kind of like that. There we go. Yeah, part of it is now this here needs to be further back. Because it's got to be in line with her head. So well, now she's a righty. So here's what we've done. We've taken this piece and I pushed the dynamics and gave the same pose, but there's a whole lot more action going on now. So here's our original piece. Here's where we are now, right? So I pushed that pose quite a bit more. A lot more out of a push on that one. Right? A lot more out of it, a lot more motion, a lot more movement. I feel like it's still more of a pivot on that leg. I'm really having a problem with that. Right? This foot starting to drive me crazy. You're driving me crazy, man. Because I feel like it may even be like here. This. Right? Like just slightly back. Yeah, that's why. It's slightly back. It needs to go back further. Oops. Let's try it again. There we go. Here's part of the reason. Because it really should be like this. She should be pivoted on it. And that's part of why I'm not liking it. And I think more than anything, I'm having a problem with it because I think I guided up here with these guys first. So my lines up here were guiding me in a different direction, and it really should be more like this. That's much, much better. Kick up a lot of dirt. Doing that. Like it just feels like there's an explosion of power there. Energy exploding out. Kicking up a bunch of dirt like that'd be cool. Let's go here. And we will say to take the eraser, and this time we will be explicit with the eraser. There we go. Digging it. I'm digging it. I think what I will do is back here, add another layer. I'll just put clouds in to kind of do this. Just give the impression of movement and motion through here, you know what I mean? A bit of background kind of going on there. Something, a little something. All right. Right? Because now we're coming up on the very end here, and I'm pretty happy with this piece. This piece turned out pretty interesting. There's a lot of motion in on this one. This one's moved quite a bit. I like this. You know, we're operating here. This is pretty good. still sort of feel like that right foot could be brought up and forward just a little bit more, but I think it's fine where it is for right now. Maybe I think it's fine, maybe I don't. Maybe that's what I think I need. Do I? Do I really think that? Or do I think I'm doing that? That's what I think I'm doing. We'll do one quick correction here. Which I know nothing's quick about this, but nope. There we go. That's more like it. I really put that power in there. Good morning, Donald. Put that power in there. Push that. And the only problem is I feel like I need to pull this down. How are you doing this morning, Donald? Long time no see. There we go. That's what it needed to be. That feels like power right there. She's going to transfer that power to that left foot, and boy, she's going to throw that ball. That's fine. And that is weird. I'm noticing a lot of that as well. Like, I'm not on people's feeds as much anymore, and I'm dropping off. It's weird. I'm not sure what the story is, but also I have not been necessarily on every night, because there's been a lot going on in my life out here, and so things are rough and kind of not going as well, and stuff like that. So, but on the flip side, Donald, I think you've missed that I applied for CU Boulder to get a degree, and I'm going to go back to school and get my degree. And oh, that was nice. Good job, guy. Just delete the whole thing there. So I'm going back to school and things like that. That's going to affect all kinds of stuff, naturally. So that's a thing. And the hours, only the nighttime shows hours have changed. They're 9 to 11 as well. That makes it easy. So it's 9 to 11, both sides. But I'm not always on at night now, because sometimes I'm hanging with my kid and doing stuff and, things like that. So I like this one. This one's good. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Ink. Yep. In the cool crowd, man. Just saying. In the cool crowd. Yep. Digging this piece, though. This piece turned out pretty nicely. This was all about a warm-up. So this is the original prompt right here. And I took this prompt and pushed it quite a bit. So I pushed it further than, that's a bigger push into that picture than we had on the prompt. So I'm calling that good. And I'm going to say we're pretty good here. I'm going to say, well, I'm pretty proud of this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, So I'm going to call it, though, because it's 11 and I'm hungry and I want lunch. Lots of media attention. Really? I appreciate that, guys. You guys are pretty nice. I'll stay with you. Like I said, there just may be nights where I don't draw and instead I just do my homework. But it's still the same. We're still getting the work done. There's very rarely anything that needs to be done from 9 to 11 at night. There's no school stuff. And I don't think I'll be working jobs at night that are going to go past 9. So I should still be able to continue to do this. So there we go. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here, though. because I'm hungry. And so it is about time for... Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying. You're talking about the Buffs team, too. Yeah, man, the Buffs. Now I'm going to be a Buff fan. I have no idea. I'm still going to be just about as much of a sports fan as I was before, but you know what? That's okay. Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad you guys were here tonight. Thank you, or today. And I'm going to go eat lunch. You guys should go eat lunch, and I'll see you guys tonight. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye, guys.